Okay, actually decided to take one re-entry from here, from the zone. So again, I was stopped out on the spread. Like the spread is pretty bad on GJ. So let me check my numbers here. So it's like this. Now the entry is this one, and target in 1 to 7, like this. Yeah, so this is our last zone. Looking for you to hold or not to hold. Okay, we'll update later. Okay, time for another update. So just this alert went off. So for me, this is a break-even level. So moving to break-even now. And now I just want to hold this trade either until break-even or take profit. So it's currently running at 2.5 R. I need 7. So let's see how it will develop. As for the other pairs, so Euro USD shifted through the zone and then shifted back. Never saw this mitigation. And news will drop in 10 minutes, so let's see how it will go. Maybe we'll take something from here, from this new shift. I'm not touching. Sorry. Not touching US 100 until New York, probably. Euro cut, so again, this really nice shift, but never saw mitigation. Then one more with build with inside structure build, then taking out this first move and moving higher. Now creating like too many shits, so we'll just look, probably we'll see at least some reaccumulation here after the news. So still have the possibility to enter maybe from 3 minutes, but yeah, let's see how it will develop during the use. GU as well as EU has this really clear structure, so let's just observe. And basically that's it. So we'll make one more short update. So I think this can be a big problem that many people face, is that when your trade is running sometime, but your take profit is higher. So for instance, the trade is running halfway to the profit. So, and this could be in any situation. So my profit could be like 1 to 3, for example, and my trade is running 1 to 0.5. And at this time we attempted to close the trade, of course, early. And in this situation, like I had like 5 losers in a row, basically. And so this trade, if it will close in take profit, it will compensate for every loss. But what we need to understand is that how our strategy worked, yeah, and how the market is moving. So if we discussed in the morning that we have this structure that is coming back to this zone or to this zone, and this zone is even better because it we have a break of structure, mitigation, and then some move from 1 minute and inside structure at 5 minutes and taken back to the same zone, so kind of like double mitigation. Now we understand that can the market reach this? Yes, of course, there is this structure, maybe even we will do some reaccumulation now with London Open, but overall we can still reach the target. And even if we will not, then it's better to keep the break even, because it's kind of the exercise in itself. So can you keep your targets? And my targets are not just from my head, they are based on structure, they are based on overall context, and they are based on my experience. So, and not just experience like something abstract, my back testing and my live trading. And by the way, as you can see, I have a bit higher targets now, like 7 hours. So Yesterday I had a more detailed look, and like live trading shows that if the trade is running to 4 or 5 hour, which are my usual targets, then like in 90% cases it will run all the way to 8 and higher, but in 90% to 8. So that's why 7 a bit lower. And that's why when the trade will start a pullback, of course eventually we understand that the market is not just moving impulsively up, it will perform pullback, maybe now, yeah, maybe even break this low, but then I will just consider this as reaccumulation and still hold the trade. Again, if you want, you can treat it as the exercise for yourself to hold, because if you don't do it, you take your edge out of your trading. Okay. Okay, so time for another update, and at last we have some winners coming in. Real happy for this one, especially after this spread taking me out. But because of the zone still holding, so never actually breaking, I took a re-entry here, and the last update was here. I was talking about us having a pullback, so this is exactly what we did, mitigating clearly this zone from where this clear break came from, and then starting to build structure, mitigating this zone and building structure more. So again, really happy I was able to comment during this time, and just to show that how it's important to follow your management. But this management should be based on your backtesting, and that's why we are backtesting with the screenshots that and actually leading the journal, because then we have something that we can take confidence from. Okay, probably now we'll go to do something else and come back maybe closer to New York. Okay, so this morning trade ended up running like in MFE perspective, so it's closed, of course, for 25R, like some of the trades run, and even more importantly, it provided like really, so I just wanted to show you. So if you are if you missed entries here, so this entry was like much better compared to this one, so this was a direct confirmation, this was like a classic confirmation, so this one is even more, this is like a perfect example of the entry criteria, and this one already and this one also, and all of them ran to 7R at least. And this is a good illustration what is the difference between this this zone and this zone. So first of all, this one is already the wave is happening, we had a lot of shares to the upside, so that's why I don't want to enter. Now the session is like 2 hours before New York, so the bad timing for entry. So I'm recording this update like trying to say why you would not like to enter already when you see such kind of moves in this stage. And plus we have broke the high, so we have broke the high, so yes, we are bullish, but what are the chances for it to continue straight from here? So maybe we will see some pullback, and again, I don't want to trade pullbacks because they are not moving in the same manner like impulses move. So even if the pullback will happen, we can see it developing like this, like this. So much more chances that I will be stopped out at the break even. So again, this is just an illustration, it was not a trade. Yeah, so just quick example how you can look and follow the market. Now waiting for New York, and then we'll decide from there. Okay, time for a small update. So GJ started the pullback. Again, as I said, don't want to trade it. New York just started. News are coming out soon. I will basically wait for it to come back lower. The main pair now is Euro USD. So it created this break on a 1 hour basis with really clear push with really clear zone, so we can refine this zone even more, maybe find some, yeah, so basically that's a good refinement, like really nice clean candle. And now we have a bearish local trend, first shifts of structure, so now we're waiting for reaccumulation and tap into deeper zones. Not sure if I will trade today more, because I mean, the setup is really clear and it's really nice, but 4 hours are not that clear, so I'm not sure if EURUSD is ready to go there. And like the main reason is because we moved pretty a lot today already, so we made this move. I will really need to wait and see what happens during the news, but bullish bias still stands, so if setup presents itself, then it's possible to follow. I wanted to point out two more interesting things about EURUSD is that we are creating this chain, so break, break, then a break from the zone and mitigating the zone again. And at the same time, this chain is not like structurally visible on 1 hour. So on 1 hour, what we have is just usual 2 breaks, and now we have so this huge range, and the last and sorry, not the last unmitigated part, but really high volume down move before the up break came from here, and now it's just below this zone. So this is one of the patterns where we can expect maybe the lower zone to actually act like a point of interest. And so previous update was somewhere here, and we had this shift. We discussed that we need deeper mitigation into a zone. Now I think, so let me check the news. News are in 1 hour, so really does not make any sense to enter right now. Just waiting for the news. Probably we'll see at least this mitigation, maybe even deeper. So if this one fails, then we basically stay, so we act from the same bullish impulse of this is inside structure from 4 hours. And this comes from this mitigation. So mitigation, inside movement, this zone failed, but mitigated this deeper one. So this up move mitigated this one, went here. So yes, we either will have confirmation here, or then can still look based on inside structure and the logic of this movement, and the fact that these highs are so near, and the other ones are also pretty near. So maybe the market is ready to move. But right now, even if the entry will present itself like it does now, so we have this new range, but I don't like the fact that we have this on, not like the fact that we are sleepy all day. I don't like the fact that we will have red news soon, so we'll just keep it all for now. So news coming out in 1 minute or something. Right now we have this bullish range on 1 minute, and then this, by the way, not a break on 5 minutes, but on 3 minutes, on 4 minutes, we have this range, and then this zone. It would be actually nice to see the price go and tap into this zone. So we basically have 2 zones to work with, and this is the one up. Whoa. Okay. We of course kind of missed the trade from here, but first of all, I don't like that the reaction is with the bias. So I usually like when the reaction is against the bias, but to be honest, that's crazy. Like tap straight into a zone, and yeah, just a reaction. I wonder what spread, how much the spread widened here, and if it was possible to enter on a tap. But right now, if we will close here, we will have this zone, which is building this chain of structure. And yeah, if the price will come back here, the entry is possible. Let's just look how this will develop. Yeah, it's crazy. Basically, just put an alert here. Let's see what watch list has. So EuroCAD moving bullish, like so correlated with EURUSD. So GU also moving bullish. Basically the same, just we will leave some alert here. So usually after the news, so yes, we can have this impulse. This impulse can even continue much higher, but then most often than not, we will even go and clean this move before the news. So GJ is dropping to these zones. So this 1 hour range is starting. Like a really nice pullback. I don't like this zone. I like only this bigger zone, but not sure I will want to enter for any longs today. And basically that's it. So we also had this point on US 100. So right now news dropped and there was no entry, but basically this is my break-even trade from yesterday. Market didn't reach like few pips to 7 RR MFE wise, and now just went up. So not liking this overextended ranges, not sure how will they behave. Okay, so we are coming back on GU, on EU maybe. Yeah, so to be honest, I don't like this reaction to the upside after the news, because usually the news are manipulative and they like first go into false direction in like really often in my experience. Yeah, but we can consider this as a usual range, and then if the alert will go, we may consider some entries. And while I'm still watching the chart, just will show you how the gold, so this was yesterday, we had this break. So overall the gold is very bullish, just looking to take these highs. So but I was, to be honest, expecting much deeper pullback. But yeah, anyway, so we had this really clear zone, something like this, then mitigation, and then really nice structure on 5 minutes like this. So just really holding everything, creating a chain, and then this just this news drop. And before that, if someone wanted to follow the bullish bias, there were some entry possibilities somewhere here in these structures, maybe in this structure. So yeah, really great reaction from a zone, and even the news didn't do anything. Yeah, so you see, that's why it's so hard to trade against the impulse, because now if it will go, it will like really take everyone out, and you will just hope that the trade will reverse or something. Yeah, and it's just going away. So the closest for the entry was GU, just with this candle. But again, I'm not a big fan of trading news ranges, because they tend to be liquidated later. Good morning, it's Wednesday. So right now I will do, before taking any steps on the chart, and just will do some emotional check as usual, remind myself about the good things I can do, about the bad things I can do, um, make sure I'm not like really wanting to make a trade, just coming here to analyze. So remind myself that I'm having like an average week, so everything is okay. I just need to continue my usual routine. So now I will go and check the news. Had something already on Euro, now on GBP, and then some red news later in the evening. So it's okay, and now I will go through my watch list, see what's interesting happening, but I will not update you. I will update you already if I will have something like really on the enter, just to save some time, okay? So I basically have nothing for myself during London, and just wanted to make a quick explanation on why I'm. So I have different pairs of on my watch list now, but specifically NU and GJ, they had some zones at least to look for. But why I'm not entering like here, here, here? So first of all, there are some better zones to look for. So for instance, on New Zealand dollar, we have this 4-hour range and this refined zone just below it. And this 15-minute range and zone, of course, it's like perfect formally, but let's see what the market is doing here. So it just moved bearish into it. And so right now it just does not make sense to enter. Plus, which is also really important, we are 2 or 3 hours before New York Open, so I don't even expect anything to happen right here. And yeah, so just a bearish market, almost mitigated the zone perfectly, completely, continues to move bearish, so I mean, it just looking bearish, so no entry here for me. If it will do something like this, then maybe I will consider. And the same thing for GJ. So we had a nice trade yesterday. And by the way, you see how the pullback developed, like real aggressively. And again, the zone was still intact while we were hitting the zone. And yes, it was possible to make some entries. But again, this is Asia. Now on Asia, we almost broke it, then made some shifts back, and now, so maybe there was some confirmation on a lower time frame here, but how it happened? So it happened basically after continuation of a bearish move into a zone, almost breaking it, maybe giving you some confirmation, but do you want to take it here? So if this happened here after this, then it would be much better. But right now, looking at this, plus, the zone is, so this zone is good. These refinements are not that good. And yeah, we can say that maybe count some overextensions. We can add that we have broke structural points on daily and maybe expecting some pullbacks into these zones. But most importantly is that we had a zone, the market came into a zone and just showed it does not want to go up from here. Basically, that's it. Yeah, just a short note that you don't only want to see what you are entering, but also want to filter out the zones when you don't want to enter. So we got some nice steps on AU and NU, so we'll just watch them as correlated pairs. And this is what we have on 5 minutes, this or even this. Placing my alerts here and maybe there, and we'll break it. And then we'll wait for confirmations, same thing here. just placing it and looking for these nice ranges on AU and New Zealand dollar, and on GJ. So it's like 50-50. We broke the high. Never managed to close about this one, so like absorb this one, and now maybe we can start a deeper pullback. So we're still acting from this last refinement in the zone, but I don't like the fact how we are still bearish from 15 minutes. We're basically bearish from everything like up to 5 minutes. So this is still inside structure from this huge range. So probably we'll just skip it. So yes, we have this from 3 minutes only. Well, I'm not sure I like it. I don't like way entering here. Maybe if we will go there and I will find something, I will go from there. Yes, 100 just stuck in this range price action, still overall bullish from the same range and as from the previous week. So this is current week, looking for this zone to tap. EU looking for this, so still bullish. Eurocat correlated, looking for this, or this on gold, or maybe even this zone, but I'm not usually trading gold. Not looking at this at the moment. Okay, so news eventually came out. So overall the bias is holding. So this is just an example of a trade. Looking now to take it from here. Same thing on EU. GJ actually started to fail. Sorry about my dog eating. So starting to fail, and just, but again, I don't want to follow bearish price action in a bullish daily range. So for me, it's quite okay just to let it go. US 100 is close to this zone. We'll look for confirmations either today or tomorrow. Euro USD just stuck here for a while. Would like to have, so everything is the same. I just wanted to make another short update, like following with the mindset that in these days when you don't have any trades, or you are missing the zone like this, sorry, not missing, or your zone is failing. Yes, so your zone is failing, you kind of expected it to fail, and now some people might start to think that, okay, my zone is failed, but now if my zone is failed, I missed all this move and I'm sitting here without any trade, without any profit. But then you need to ask yourself, okay, but at least I didn't have my losers. It could be easily several losers here. I followed my plan, and you need to ask yourself, what is your actual trading style? So for me, it's continuations. You need to ask yourself how much you need, how many trades you need. I mean, if you are a person that like really likes to trade a lot, but then ask yourself, are you able to keep emotional balance while trading a lot? And yeah, I mean, how much you need? If you have like really nice and big capital, then you don't need to trade a lot. You just need several hours a week. Even 1 hour a week would be a really nice profit on a big enough account. Okay, so we'll continue to watch the market, and yeah, okay, so having my alert going off. Basically this can be an entry point from here. Don't like the fact that we had this initial shift after the downtrend and then didn't clean up anything. Don't like that we didn't mitigate oh my god, now he's drinking water. I'm sorry for these noises, but yeah. And now we don't have, I would like to have this mitigation here, so we have it here, but I would like to see it a bit deeper. And don't like the fact that a news came and went to the upside. So usually I like when the news, again, it's not necessary, but I like when the news start this move, everyone's, I mean, some part of weak money thinking the price is going down, then, okay, kind of letting it go again. And soon we will know if it was the right decision. And here I wanted to tell you why it's so important to not try to fade impulses. Sometimes it will work, but you see, gold actually broke 2k, so this candle destroyed so many accounts. And now after the break, like, people who think that they are smart started to short here. So after the break, everything for them is overextended, and this is their liquidation. So many accounts destroyed here. And now the most smart people, they start to short here, trading their reversals. Not saying that the pullback is not possible. Of course it's possible, but at this time you ask yourself, are you trading this? Are you trading this reversal? To be honest, I see gold, like, it can easily push even higher, even from here. So happy to wait for deeper pullbacks, for the structure to set up. And yeah, see you in the next update, probably. Still thinking about this, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, we can't take a trade from here. We had some local reaccumulations, but I don't like it too much, to be honest. Oh, nice. Yeah, so this is what I'm telling. Like, this news came here, created this, and now it will probably just fail and go for deeper mitigations. Yeah, I don't like this, and this all is correlated. Okay. Yeah, you see, so this zone created from new just failing. So yeah, just letting it go. Don't want to trade shorts here as well. So yeah, we'll observe. So looking at this 1 hour zone on EURUSD, so we had this pullback, basically same zones on AU and UGJ. US 100 just fell in the zone, so we'll look for deeper mitigations here from the daily. But right now, so on EURUSD, just looking for this as the main target. Yes, we have, so we basically have two main zones, this one and somewhere here, so we can refine to this deep one as a refinement from daily. We just performed some reaccumulations on 1 hour, like this, starting these breaks, so we're overall moving up like from the beginning of the week. And this is an attempt of an early entry, because right now we are moving in this local bearish trend, so a pullback itself have some zones to mitigate deeper from 1 hour, but it could run. I like the fact that actually we are tapping it in this like basically refined, really clear zone, and everything here is mitigated. So it's a fine attempt of an early entry. The zones are tight, pretty clear, and it has all the space to go, so we'll look for my alerts. Okay, looking at this US 100, so this is a refinement zone from higher time frame, so daily bullish range, and it's like a zone from 6 hours, or maybe even from 8. Oh, I see. Yeah, so it's just this refinement from daily. From this bigger daily, we have one shift of structure on 1 minute. So yeah, definitely can be a redistribution, but based on this overall count, I like the timing of the session. I like that London came into it, and yeah, happy to take it, even if it will be a loser. But be great to see price a bit lower, to be honest, at the zone itself. USD is kind of dead. AUD started to move up, but don't like these zones, all mitigated. Same for New Zealand dollar. So creating one more break, and now happy to take this trade from here and from there if we break that level. So yeah, it would be great if the price like tap immediately and took me with itself higher, but it created one more break. So we'll just place an alert. And see what it will show me. Okay, so looking at this alert, having some reaction, happy to take a trade from here. Protecting myself just below the zone. And we'll re-enter. We'll re-enter if the zone will fail on this lower one. So this is how my entry looks like. Having my alert for this zone and for break-even level, probably somewhere. So target is 7. Yeah, somewhere around 2.53. We just made my entry look like on my MT4 because again it seems like a bit different data visualization, something like that, between this provider and MT4 and my broker. So yeah, actually the entry is a bit more tighter and the target is right here in MT in my MetaTrader with 7R. Okay, so looking at this topped out and looking for re-entry from this zone. So we'll go straight from it, I guess. Wait a bit. Yeah, I'm pretty fine. So like this, same target. So we have... Okay, so now we'll have this position approximately. Where is the stop loss? Okay, yeah, right below it. Okay, yeah, so having this position just a bit lower. And basically that's it. If it breaks, don't want to enter it anymore. Yeah, we'll update. So took this trade, don't remember if previous recording has it, and then took another one when it snapped back into the zone. Unfortunately, they were all losers, so right now we'll stop following US 100, so it still can go, I think, but yeah, the problem with that, the biggest problem with this trade is of course that we are in this weekly bearish impulse, mitigated something from here, started a reaction and have a really nice zone here, so more zones to look, and actually my main zone will probably fail, so this candle will soon close and will fail, so was not able to catch anything. Let's see what the market will do. But also I entered this GJ, so GJ was bullish from this, failed this zone I was talking about, this 1 hour zone, and just hitting some refinements from this impulse. So we are like moving like this, failed this one on 1 hour, but still maybe will hold from 4 hours, so still have the time. This is a refinement from this impulse, from this bigger zone, so let's see how it will go. And on 1 minute we had this downtrend coming into New York session and doing these shifts of structure, so inside structure, and this first break of structure from this impulse, really clean zone, and entry after a tap, and when the price goes above. What I don't like about this trade, of course, is that our middle time frame is bearish, so we broke here, and I don't like this session, the time of the session specific, but I'm okay to take this trade. Will it be a loser? It will be like fourth loser, but holding my risk at 0.1, 0.15, so okay with taking them. We'll update. Closing this trade here at break even, just because of the session and roll over time. Yeah, so this is the end of Wednesday. I'm balancing out my mindset, thinking about something I missed, thinking about the losers, but balancing out with the risk management and like overall situation, which is still very normal. And we'll look for more trades tomorrow. Good morning, it's Thursday. Checking out the news, checking out the chart. So for Euro USD we have this reaction from the zone, so again still same bullishness as from the beginning of the week, just following it. We'll look maybe for, so there was some possibility to enter here from 1 minute. We'll now look at this, basically at this unmitigated part. I will put my alert. On GJ, yesterday's trade actually took to the profit a bit, but then it was a break even anyway, and now continuing this bullish push. Just will play some alerts right now. US 100 almost came to the target yesterday, so you see, like this kind of stuff is actually making me a bit crazy. So when you have a trade like this and like this, and they are stopped out by this distance, and then starting to build this structure. So, but anyway, it was also a break even, so I would be break even here, and this would be a clean break even, and that's it. So overall the buy still stands from yesterday. We'll look for some entries, and if something, we'll update. And one more thing is that I guess for someone from the outside, for like for a person with a really beginner mindset, he will look at this week and say, Dima, like you are doing something wrong and you need to change your system and so on. But again, you need to think about this, the numbers game. So yes, I have 3 losers more here, so overall in a slight drawdown for the week, but like next winner or next 2 winners will make this week profitable, or even if they will not happen, next week will be okay. And even if not, with the good risk management, you can still go through really long losing streaks, and overall it's okay. So you need to keep in mind these numbers game and remember your backtesting, your previous experience, and so on. So taking a trade here on AU like this, and let me check my numbers. Yeah, so the trade looking like this. We had some liquidation, some accumulation, breaking up here, clear zone, mitigated once, and now looking it to hold and go there for 7R. My structural range is this one, and basically that's it. Put in my alerts for break-even levels and will update you. Closing at break-even here, so correlated pairs like euro dollar and U, it's all just failing, and a bit correlated of course with gold, which is pretty much a bit overextended and now starting to show this pullback. So yeah, so after this I expected it to go just up, but it didn't, so it's obvious that most likely we will hit stop loss and go for deeper mitigation. So this is why closing at break even, and now having CHF-JPY on my watch list. So it's the same bearish daily range we discussed in the beginning of the week. Tried to take some shorts here, if you remember, in the beginning of the week, somewhere here. Somewhere here I think. But now we made even more move to the downside, now liquidating this high and going into usual pattern of redistribution. Okay, so we have some breaks on CHF-JPY, looking to take this zone, so place my alert. Yeah, and waiting. Going for break even here with this alert going off. Okay, happy to take the trade from here. We'll place a position and show you how it looked like. So this is how position looks like, and this will be break-even level or somewhere there. Okay, so now again this all comes down to management. Again, my usual target is 7. And I need to ask myself, I mean, if you have in doubt, just ask yourself what is your usual RR, what is tested, what is working, how the market is moving. So right now the market created this break, one more break, so now we are protected by this. Of course we are expecting, so when we have this break we are expecting the pullback, we are expecting the redistribution. And CHF-JPY during previous 2 weeks, it tended to be honest, several times it was like it just took me out at break even and then went all the way to the targets. I don't know if it will happen now, but again, the daily is there, the 4 hours are against me, but 1 hour, 2 hours, they all showed this reaction from the daily zone and started to go. Also you need to ask, is the target realistic? Yes, of course it's more than realistic, because we have, so the situation we have here is a break, and now we created a redistribution on 1 hour, and we are not even looking at this low. Okay, we are looking higher, that's enough for me. So I need just a reaction. The session is good, so not as like yesterday with GBP-JPY. So again, the trade is running good, no need to close early. All these lows are targets, and if it will run back to break even, then I will follow my edge, and it will mean that I will have like a better will to follow my management, which is confirmed by my experience. And in this case I will not, in the next race when I will need to hold, I will not take away these RRs from me. So this is the end of third day. Went to break even here, and yes, this trade was a break even, showed a reaction here, but never reached this low, never managed to close below and follow to the target, so overall ran like 3.5, and now it's a break even. AUD/USD was a correct decision, price just went below. Euro USD showed a reaction from the zone we discussed, so keeping the overall bullishness, so from this really nice zone. However, I was away and never actually managed to find something. The last zone that I was looking at was this from 5 minutes. It failed, and then after New York opened, EU showed this, so maybe something from here, or this was a good entry, and then just ran. And for me there was no entries here, but again I was away. However, so US 100 also continued its bullish run from here. So these were the trades I took yesterday, but anyway, it like liquidated lower and went up, but managed to step into this gold. So I was talking yesterday that maybe we'll see one more liquidation, but since of this really clean shift on 15 minutes, on 30 minutes, I was okay to try to enter it. So this was the zone, and entry was based from 2 and 1 minute. So just a shift of structure inside the zone like this. This the same on 1 minute. Entered here, went to break even somewhere here. Unfortunately, it didn't reach the target of 7R like by this. Really unfortunate, but still managed it, and we'll leave it for all over. So actually, Friday was a complete holiday due to Easter celebration, and then during Monday open, the market went to take profit and went even lower. So from the MFE perspective, this trade ran to basically, yeah, not 10 but like 9R, let's say 9R, but almost 10. And what's interesting is that I used a bit bigger stop loss than usual compared to the size of the zone. So you see, the easiest part, the easiest way of increasing your RR is making your stop loss lower, and that's why, so for instance, this trade could be like 10 or 12R easily if I would use this stop loss. And that's why I'm not only using MFE data to correct my management a bit later in the future, but also I write down how much against my stop loss the trade ran, and in this case it ran like 50% against my stop loss. And then again, when you have 100 200 trades, you analyze and you see how many trades run many pips against you after entry, and if all trades run this distance or something like this, then it does not make sense to change anything. But if you discover that all the trades or 90% of the trades will run only 50% or 20% of your stop loss size, then obviously it makes sense to make stop loss lower, and then you automatically increase your RR. And basically that's it for this week. I also wanted to say that, you see, this is how this week looks like. Basically it has 7 losers and 2 winners, and this puts me into 6R profit for the week. It's 1% profit in my account. I used risk management 0.4, 0.3, 0.25. All other losers are 0.15 and less, and winners are 0.25 and 0.15 risk. So that allows me to be in profit on the week. And you see, Yes, this is low win rate, but this is an average week. So with good management, risk management, and following the plan, following the backtested system, it all works. And if we are talking about the last month, then I'm like almost 5%, so more than 5% in profit. But then with commission swaps, it's like 4.8% profit for the month, which is a real good result for me if you think in big capital. And with that said, it's really important to think about the numbers game your strategy has, about the real win rate you have. And again, if I know how my numbers play out, I can allow myself even to have like 7 winners. And yes, this week was more active than usual for me. And by the way, these break-evens and losers, they are like good trades also because they ran like to 3R to 2R, so gave some reaction, and I'm trading a reaction from a zone and not the whole move. So if I was trading here bearishness, I was not targeting like 190 or something like that. I mean, it's possible, but I need for my edge at the moment 7R. Maybe I will increase it later to 10R or something. But yes, I'm trading only a reaction, and that's enough for me. And by the way, you see how much easier it was to get like 3R. Then 5R also was an easy target for this trade, but it took bigger time, longer time. And then 7R took significantly more time with the necessity of holding this pullback and leaving the trade run over the weekend. As for the other trades that I took, then CHF-GPY, the zone failed and mitigated higher. So still daily bias is holding from the previous week. AUD-USD was looking for long here, but it seems like it will fail. Euro-USD still holding the same zone, still showing some reactions from here. So this is gold. GJ was along here, so was looking for longs. The description is in the previous days, and it stopped out me 3 times of my stop loss, mitigated deeper zones, and then went to take profit and higher. So you see the analysis overall was correct, but the timing, so this is the end of New York, the timing was better during the next day, maybe these entries, but these entries maybe would transfer into break-evens as well here. US 100 continued. It's basically not clear movement, so just bullish push, and now it's here. And that's all for this week. Hope it was useful to see all this breakdown with my mental state, with my thoughts, with my comments, and see you in the next overview. Bye.